farms are carefully selected to produce potatoes that are high in starch and low in sugar, making them excellent for crispy, golden chips. Potatoes grown especially for their size, texture, and low moisture content, such as Atlantic, Snowden, and Lady Rosetta, are used by Lay's. These types guarantee that the chips cook through without burning or getting mushy. In order to increase fertility, farmers till the ground months before planting, loosening the soil and adding nutrients and compost. It's crucial to have enough drainage since too much water can damage the potatoes. In order to provide them adequate area to grow healthily, seed potatoes are planted in rows by the early spring. To guarantee accuracy and plant each potato at precisely the correct depth, farmers depend on mechanical planters. In order to reduce water waste, drip irrigation systems are used on modern farms to provide water straight to the roots. To encourage healthy plant growth, farmers use smart sensors to track soil conditions and nutrient levels throughout the growing season. The potatoes are ready to be harvested after 90 to 120 days. They are dug up and automatically sorted by harvesting machines before being loaded onto trucks. To ensure quality control, potatoes that are infected or damaged are thrown out right away. To guarantee freshness, the harvested potatoes are then delivered straight to the Lay's facility. Within a few hours of leaving the fields, the newly harvested potatoes reach the Lay's facility. For the potatoes to maintain their moisture content and quality, time is of the essence. The quality inspection section is the first checkpoint, where automated scanners and factory staff make sure that only the best potatoes are used in production. Rejected potatoes are sent for animal feed or composting if they are too big, too small, or discolored. Conveyor belts carry the authorized potatoes to huge washing facilities. Clean potatoes are prepared for slicing after being cleaned by high-pressure water jets and brushes that remove soil, debris, and any remaining pesticide. While some potato peels can be eaten, Lay's removes the skin completely to guarantee a consistent texture. Friction rollers are used in industrial peeling equipment to remove the outer skin off potatoes without causing any harm. The potatoes go through high-speed slicers after being peeled. With its ability to slice hundreds of potatoes every minute, these machines guarantee that every slice is the same thickness. Every chip will cook evenly when fried because to this uniformity. To get rid of extra starch, the uncooked slices are cleaned in cold water baths. The chips would clump together when frying if this step wasn't taken, resulting in an inconsistent cook. Additionally, this rinse step makes the finished product crispier. Before frying, the slices are gently dried on vibrating conveyor belts to eliminate any last traces of moisture. This is an important step because when the chips are immersed in hot oil, water can create dangerous splattering. Here's where the magic happens. Raw potato slices are turned into our favorite crispy chips. The slices are immersed in hot oil as they pass through massive industrial fryers. To guarantee that the chips fry uniformly, the oil is maintained at a constant 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 degrees Celsius. For roughly 3 to 4 minutes, the slices stay in the oil. To keep the chips from adhering together, revolving paddles automatically agitate them. The distinctive crunch is produced as the water within each slice evaporates during cooking. After being fried, the chips go along conveyors that drain excess oil. This guarantees that they stay crisp, light, and not unduly oily. It's time to give each chip its distinct flavor, be it barbecue, sour cream and onion, or classic salted. The seasoning is carefully distributed over the newly fried chips as they pass through revolving drums. With the use of precision sprayers, every chip is perfectly coated, guaranteeing that no mouthful is flavorless. Every chip receives an even seasoning thanks to the drum's revolving motion. Lay's engineers meticulously regulate the seasoning content to provide a uniform flavor in each batch. At Lay's, quality is a given. To make sure every chip satisfies their exacting criteria, the business uses both sophisticated technology and human inspectors. The chips go through laser-guided scanners that look for flaws like discolored patches or burned edges. Chips that fail the test are taken off the manufacturing line and fed to animals. Additionally, Lay's uses human testers to sample chips at random throughout the day for taste testing. To make sure the chips are ideal before packaging, these testers assess the flavor, texture, and crispness. The chips proceed to the packing equipment after passing quality check. To guarantee that each bag contains the proper quantity, the chips are mechanically weighed and portioned. After that, the packaging machines put chips into the bags and use nitrogen gas to keep the chips fresh. Every bag is sealed with heat to keep out air. The chips are shielded from staleness and crushing during transportation by nitrogen gas. The bags are given a batch code and expiration date, which aids in inventory management and, in the event of a product recall, after being packaged, the chips are transported to distribution sites in cartons. They are then sent to supermarkets, petrol stations, vending machines, and grocery stores all around the world. Lay's makes sure the chips are fresh and ready to consume by using an advanced inventory management system. Lay's is dedicated to using sustainable production methods. The facility turns discarded chips and leftover potato peels into compost or animal feed. In Lay's production line, nothing is wasted. Lay's carbon footprint is decreased by using wind and solar energy to power many of its factories. In an effort to cut down on plastic waste throughout its international operations, Lay's is also experimenting with biodegradable packaging materials. And so, from farm to factory, Lay's chips are produced. Every bag is a symbol of the commitment of farmers, the accuracy of food scientists, and the strength of contemporary equipment. You'll understand the amazing journey that Lay's chips have gone to reach your hands the next time you open a bag of them. This tasty spread, believe it or not, isn't just a staple of American pantries. It has a rich history dating back thousands of years, originating in South America. Archaeological evidence suggests that this ingredient was first cultivated in the region, now known as Peru and Brazil. As Spanish and Portuguese explorers made their way through the Americas in the 16th century, they encountered peanuts and quickly realized their potential. They brought them back to Europe, and from there, peanuts spread globally, reaching Africa, Asia, and eventually North America. In today's video, we're not only diving deeper into the origin of this daily food essential, we're also showing the end-to-end process of making it from the scratch. Subscribe to get hold of more process knowledge of these American staples. Let's fast forward to the late 19th century, and we enter the era where peanuts would transform into one of the most beloved spreads in the world. The credit for this creation often goes to Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, a well-known figure in the world of health foods. In 1895, Dr. Kellogg patented a process for making peanut butter by milling raw peanuts into a paste. His goal wasn't to create a tasty spread, but rather a nutritious protein source for patients who had difficulty chewing solid food. Peanut butter soon transitioned from a health food item to a beloved staple in American households. By the early 20th century, peanut butter was being produced on a larger scale, becoming an integral part of the American diet. Cultivation. The journey from peanut seed to peanut butter begins with the cultivation process. Peanuts thrive in warm climates with sandy, well-drained soil. The United States, China, and India are the top producers of peanuts, with the southeastern states like Georgia, Alabama, and Florida being the primary regions for peanut farming in the U.S. Peanut plants are unique because they grow underground, unlike most other legumes. Farmers start by planting peanut seeds, typically in late spring when the soil temperature reaches around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. The seeds are sown about 1.5 to 2 inches deep, with rows spaced about 3 feet apart to allow ample room for growth. The peanut plant itself is a low-growing, bushy plant with small yellow flowers. After the flowers bloom and fertilize, the plant's pegs, the fertilized ovary, elongate and grow downward into the soil where the peanut pods develop. Peanuts need about 120 to 150 days to mature, depending on the variety and growing conditions. They require well-distributed rainfall or irrigation during this period, especially during the flowering and pod development stages. Too much moisture at the wrong time can lead to diseases like mold, while too little can stunt the plant's growth and reduce yields. Once the peanuts have matured, typically in late summer or early fall, it's time for harvesting. The first step in this process involves digging the plants out of the ground. Specialized machinery, known as peanut diggers or lifters, is used for this purpose. These machines dig into the soil, uproot the entire plant, and shake off the excess dirt. The plants are then inverted, with the peanuts facing upward, and left to dry in the field for a few days. This process is known as windrowing. After the peanuts have dried sufficiently, another machine called a peanut combine or thresher is used to separate the peanuts from the plant. The combine gently shakes the peanuts off the plant while keeping the shells intact. The harvested peanuts are then collected and transported to processing facilities, where they'll undergo further steps to become the peanut butter we all know and love. After harvesting, the peanuts still contain too much moisture for safe storage and processing. To reduce the moisture content to an ideal level, around 8 to 10%, peanuts are dried naturally in the sun. They are spread out in thin layers on drying platforms or left in the field, depending on the region and farming practices. This drying process is crucial because it prevents mold and aflatoxin contamination, a harmful substance produced by certain molds that can grow on peanuts if they are stored with too much moisture. Sun drying can take several days, during which the peanuts are regularly turned to ensure even drying. In some larger operations, mechanical dryers are used to speed up the process, especially in regions where the weather is too unpredictable for sun drying. Once the peanuts are sufficiently dried, they are transported to processing facilities, where the first step is to clean them. The harvested peanuts are usually mixed with dirt, stones, twigs, and other foreign materials. To remove these impurities, the peanuts are passed through a series of screens, blowers, and gravity separators. Screens help to sift out larger debris, while air blowers remove lighter materials like dust and leaves. Gravity separators use vibration and airflow to sort the peanuts based on density, helping to remove any remaining stones or heavier debris. This initial cleaning ensures that the peanuts are free from contaminants and ready for the next stage of processing. With the peanuts cleaned, the next step is to remove their shells. Shelling peanuts is a delicate process because the goal is to crack open the shells without damaging the kernels inside. This is done using specialized machines that apply just enough pressure to break the shells without crushing the peanuts. The shelled peanuts are then passed through a series of screens and blowers to separate the kernels from the broken shells. The peanut kernels are collected, while the shells are either discarded or used for other purposes, such as mulch or fuel. Sorting. After cleaning, the peanuts are sorted based on size and quality. Sorting is essential because peanuts of different sizes and qualities are used for various purposes. For instance, larger, higher quality peanuts are often reserved for whole roasted peanuts or gourmet peanut butter, while smaller or blemished peanuts may be used for peanut oil extraction or lower grade peanut butter. Sorting is typically done using electronic sorting machines equipped with cameras that can detect size, shape, and color. These machines quickly and accurately separate the peanuts into different categories. Peanuts that don't meet the quality standards are either discarded or sent for other uses, such as animal feed or industrial applications. Manual inspection. Even with all the machinery involved, human hands and eyes still play a critical role in ensuring the quality of the peanuts. After shelling, the peanuts go through a manual inspection stage where workers visually examine them for defects. This step is crucial for maintaining the high standards required for peanut butter production. Workers look for peanuts that are damaged, discolored, or have any signs of mold or contamination. These peanuts are removed from the production line. Only the best quality peanuts move forward for further processing, ensuring that the final product is both safe and delicious. Before peanuts can be turned into butter, they need to undergo a process called blanching, which removes their reddish-brown skins. Blanching is typically done by exposing the peanuts to dry heat or boiling them briefly in water. The heat causes the skins to loosen, making them easier to remove. Once the skins are loose, the peanuts are passed through rollers that gently rub off the skins. The blanched peanuts are then inspected again to ensure all the skins have been removed. This step is important not only for improving the texture of the peanut butter, but also for reducing any bitterness that the skins might impart. Roasting is where the magic happens, transforming bland, raw peanuts into the rich, flavorful nuts we associate with peanut butter. Peanuts are roasted at carefully controlled temperatures to develop their flavor and reduce moisture content. The roasting temperature and time can vary depending on the desired flavor profile, with light, medium, and dark roasts all offering different taste experiences. Roasting typically takes place in large, rotating ovens that ensure even heat distribution. The peanuts are continuously monitored to prevent over-roasting, which can lead to bitterness or burning. After roasting, the peanuts are quickly cooled to stop the cooking process and lock in their flavor. Immediately after roasting, the peanuts are rapidly cooled to prevent them from continuing to cook in their own residual heat. This cooling process is crucial for maintaining the desired texture and flavor of the peanuts. Cooling is usually done using fans or cool air blowers that quickly reduce the temperature of the roasted peanuts. By cooling the peanuts quickly, manufacturers ensure they retain the right consistency for the next stage of processing. Proper cooling also helps maintain the peanuts' natural oils, which are essential for creating smooth, creamy peanut butter. The cooled roasted peanuts are now ready for grinding, the stage where they begin to take on the form of peanut butter. In the initial grinding process, the peanuts are ground into a coarse paste. This grinding action breaks down the peanut kernels, releasing their natural oils and creating a thick, gritty mixture. To achieve the smooth or chunky texture that consumers love, the coarse peanut paste undergoes further grinding. For smooth peanut butter, the paste is ground repeatedly until it reaches a creamy, uniform consistency. For chunky peanut butter, some coarsely ground peanuts are added back into the mixture after the fine grinding stage to create those satisfying bits of peanut. During this stage, manufacturers may also add salt, sugar, or oil to enhance the flavor and texture of the peanut butter. These additives help balance the natural oils and improve the spreadability of the final product. Homogenization is a crucial step in ensuring that peanut butter has a consistent texture and doesn't separate over time. In this process, the peanut butter is subjected to high pressure, which breaks down the oil and peanut particles into smaller, uniformly distributed pieces. This high-pressure blending process helps prevent the natural peanut oils from separating and rising to the top of the jar, which is a common issue in natural peanut butter. The result is a smooth, creamy spread that stays stable on the shelf and is easy to spread on bread, crackers, or anything else you might want to pair with peanut butter. Once the peanut butter has reached its final texture, it's ready to be packaged. The finished product is transferred to automated filling machines that carefully portion it into jars. These machines are designed to ensure that each jar is filled with the correct amount of peanut butter, maintaining consistency across the entire batch. After filling, the jars are immediately sealed to preserve freshness and prevent contamination. The sealing process typically involves placing a tamper-evident lid on the jar and applying a vacuum or heat seal to create an airtight seal. This step is essential for ensuring that the peanut butter stays fresh and safe for consumption until it reaches the consumer. With the jars sealed, the next step is labeling. Automated machines apply labels to the jars, ensuring that each one is correctly identified with branding, nutritional information, and other required details. The labels also include important information like the product's ingredients, allergen warnings, and expiration dates. Before the jars leave the production facility, they undergo a final inspection to ensure they meet all quality standards. Inspectors check that the jars are properly sealed, labeled, and free from defects. Any jars that don't pass this inspection are removed from the production line and either reprocessed or discarded. Packing for distribution. The labeled jars of peanut butter are now ready for distribution. They are packed into boxes, which are then loaded onto pallets for easy transportation. The boxes are carefully arranged to maximize space and minimize the risk of damage during shipping. Retail and consumer availability. The pallets are loaded onto trucks and transported to distribution centers, where they are shipped to grocery stores, supermarkets, and other retail outlets. Once they reach the shelves, the peanut butter is ready for consumers to purchase and enjoy in a variety of ways. Whether it's in a classic PB&J sandwich, baked into cookies, or simply spread on a slice of toast. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing behind-the-scenes videos. If you like learning about the making of your favorite snack, we can keep telling you the backstories of the foods you enjoy with your help.